Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is one of my favorites to film. I've not filmed in a very long time. It's my meals of the week videos. So I used to do these quite often and I'm going to be doing them quite often again. So I've like getting back into filming them, where basically I just film some of the meals we're eating throughout the week, some of our dinners, lunches, breakfast, giving you the recipes we use. We do our food shop at Aldi or Lidl sometimes Tesco, so pretty much all of the meals you see, everything you can get from Aldi mainly, and then some bits from like Tesco, Lidl, depending on what I'm making. Easy, quick, nutritious, delicious, affordable meals. We love our food in this household. So I really like filming this video because I get to show you some of the recipes we love making every week. And you guys get to copy, get a bit of meal inspiration, because I know things can get just so boring in terms of food. Also, now I've got a baby, I don't actually have too much time. So all the meals we're having right now, I'm loving, because not only are they delicious, but also they're quick to make and they're relatively easy. So I'm just gonna jump straight into it. It's getting like mid-afternoon, and this is when I'm gonna start preparing tonight's dinner. I'm actually trying something new tonight, so I'm really excited to talk you through that. If you want to see like little behind the scene type things of our meals, make sure you follow me over on Instagram. And also if you're interested in what I make for my baby, my weaning baby, 7-month-old, follow this Instagram here, because that's where I document all of that stuff. Anyway, let's get into today's video. The meal I'm making tonight I've actually picked up from Readly. I'm working with Readly on this part of the video, which I'm so excited about because I'm an avid Readly app user, mainly for recipe type stuff. If you've never heard of Readly, it's an app you can download on your phone, tablet, things like that, where you can get access to thousands of magazines, and also like word search style books and Sudoku books. It also publishes lots of like short stories, similar to like blog posts, things like that. It has all the most popular magazines that you could possibly think of. I'm personally someone who uses it every single day for recipes, because I spend a lot of time flitting around with recipes, and also now I've got Oren making a lot more things and testing out a lot more new recipes. I tend to come here for inspiration. So my favourite magazines are always food magazines. So I've got Vegan Life, which I love reading. Really delicious vegan food. BBC Good Food is one I use all the time. BBC Good Food is notoriously good for recipes that are super duper simple and easy. So I get a lot of inspiration, but also it has like Country Living, Ideal Home. So those ones I go for, all the home inspirations. I love just reading through those, especially as the seasons refresh. Same with food actually, as the seasons refresh. So it's coming into spring, so I'm getting so many amazing spring recipe ideas for cooking with. And also you have like your really popular magazines like Hello Magazine, OK Magazine, Women's Health, things like that. What's great is they also have lots of magazines that's like aimed at teenagers or pre-teens. You could save certain magazines into your account and maybe let your teenager read them. If we go onto my account, so I'm on my account now, go onto my content. So I'm on my bookmarks at the moment. I'm constantly bookmarking things. Oh, mother and baby. I've just got into mother and baby as well. It's actually really good to like get baby weaning tips from it. So I've been saving lots of like baby weaning recipes. Here's my bookmarks, also downloads. So, oh look, Radio Times Christmas. Oh, I can't believe Christmas has been and gone. But downloads, you can download magazines, get on the airplane, get on the train. We're going to be doing more traveling this year, which is great. I think it's a really amazing resource. Use my link, which I've linked down below. You can sign up for Readly, get your first 6 weeks completely free, and then thereafter it will be $9.99 per month. You can cancel at any time, so you're not in any contract, you're not in any obligation. I really feel like if you test run it for 6 weeks, you probably will want to stay on and keep the account, because I now can't live without it personally. But $9.99, very much affordable compared to magazines when you buy them paper copy. Yeah, I've left all of the details below, including the link that you would need to sign up for your own Readly account. Let me know if you do sign up and what you think. So that's what today's recipe is all about. So if I go back onto my content, bookmarks, and this is what I'm making. So hopefully it's going to look something like this. Sticky mango chicken with fragrant pilau rice. This sounds, I always go for recipes that sound that can be made really easily, but sound a bit more exotic than actually how easy it is to make. So this sounds really easy to make. You literally just throw up some veg, cook some chicken. You can easily swap the chicken for tofu, and then it will be completely vegan because nothing else in this is derived from an animal. Total time, 30 minutes. Let's get into making tonight's dinner. Enjoy the rest of the week's meals as well. Okay, so here's the mango chicken ingredients all out. As I've said, this is a new recipe to me, so I'm going to be trying it for the first time. But I've left all of the ingredients and what you need down below, plus a few extras, because that's what I do when I make a recipe. I add my own things and change it up a bit. But everything is listed down below. So the first thing I'm doing is dicing up the 2 small red onions. Once they're diced up, I'm going to get them in the frying pan. I'm also going to be peeling and grating the carrots. So I think this recipe will be great with like 2 medium carrots. I'll use like 4 small dinky carrots. Yeah, grating carrots is like playing with dice. I hate how close your fingers have to get to the grater. But anyway, no accidents happened. So I'm frying up the onion for a little while just to soften it. And then I'm going to be adding ground cumin. So I'm adding about 2 teaspoons worth. This measure I've got is actually a half a teaspoon, hence why I'm putting 4 bits in. But I end up adding a little bit more because I really like the taste of cumin. Add a bit more oil. The recipe actually calls for like only 2 tablespoons of oil, but I definitely used more. Measure the rice. Rice is fantastic because you can measure it per portion out of the bag. So I used some leftover basmati rice and then some easy cook rice we had. Pour in just under a pint of hot water. And this is all going to cook together with the carrots and the seasoning. Just a little cuddle with my baby boy whilst I'm doing it. That's the thing with cooking when you have a baby. You can never just like do everything at once. You literally just have to keep stopping to attend to your children. But you know, I'm learning. So I put some oil over the chicken and put that into grill. That grills for about 20 to 25 minutes before I do anything with it. And whilst I'm waiting for that to grill, I'm making up the chicken like marinade. So I add 2 lemon juices. I juice 2 lemons. Add some more cumin and some coriander, ground coriander, and about 1/3 of a jar of mango chutney. I'm also adding lime pickle just because Lawrence and I love a little bit of spice when we're cooking. Lime pickle is absolutely delicious. So we've grilled the chicken for a while and I found it much easier to marinate it in this jar and then put it back on the tray rather than pour the marinade over and then loads of it gets lost. So marinate the chicken, stir it all in, make sure every single bit is covered. I did also add some chili flakes to this marinade. It wasn't too spicy, it just gave it, because it's such a sweet dish, it just gave it a good amount of spice. So I really do recommend like, you know, some kind of like lime pickle and chili or something. We grill it back in. Oh, Oren is nearly crawling and, you know, I have to like protect his head because I hate it when he bangs his head. So that was like a little crawling session there. Look at this rice. This is absolutely delicious. Like, this is how you upgrade your rice dish. It looks so plentiful as well because the grated carrots like really bulk the rice out, which is such a great tip that I've learnt now. It's just, yeah, so I think I'm going to be adding grated carrots to my rice more often. So the chicken's out. I must say, compared to the recipe, it's definitely not as brown. I think that's because it's skinless, so it's not going to go as brown unless you burn it, and we didn't really want to burn it. Collect some of the marinade off of the tray. Anyway, and then serve it on top of the rice. Oren is actually having curry dal at the same time, so we're all kind of having some kind of like curry variation thing. He loves his dal. But let me tell you, I'm going to score this chicken 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved it, and I'm going to be making it much more often. I really loved it. So yeah, all the recipe and ingredients are down below. Next up, I'm making my vegan coconut dal. So this is literally okay for everyone to eat. It's baby friendly, it's child friendly. It's not spicy. If you don't like spice, you can add spice. First thing I do is measure out the lentils. I normally don't measure it anymore, but you want like around 400 lentils. I had just under that, but that was fine. And then you have to rinse your lentils before you cook with them. So rinse them until the water runs clean and clear. Dice up a white onion. Sometimes I put 2 onions in there. I would normally just slice the onion and soften it, but I really dice it up now because Oren is obviously eating from this dish as well, so I don't want like long stringy bits of onion going in his bowl. So dice it up quite well, and then obviously get the onion in the frying pan. I'm adding garlic granules. You can add fresh garlic, but I haven't got time for that these days. And I'm also adding about a teaspoon of ginger, ground ginger. You can add fresh ginger if you want. Also adding some cumin because it gives it that lovely curry flavour. And some ground coriander again. Also adding some turmeric. I add like a really heaped teaspoon worth. You can add some more, a little bit more oil, and get all of that fried together with the onions. Then get your rinsed out lentils, pour them in the pan. Add some coconut milk. I personally add like the normal coconut. I don't get the low fat because obviously Oren will be eating this as well, and we don't want to get low fat for him. And then pour about 1 litre of water, of hot water. This water is only milky because I use the coconut spoon, the coconut water spoon. Stir all that together. I do add the rest of that water, by the way. I just wanted to stir that first. Add a big lump of tomato puree. You can add tin tomatoes as well, and actually I would suggest you do. Tin tomatoes make it a lot better. I didn't have any today, so I couldn't add any. And then that is literally it. This is after about 30 to 40 minutes of cooking. It's just creamy and absolutely delicious. You can add yogurt to it if you want. You can add a bit more spice. I take out a portion for Oren, put his in so it cools down quicker. The only differences I make, this is where I freeze Oren's portions in these lollipop molds just because they're so great to like get the food out. The only variation I make is I stir in some washed spinach into Lawrence's and my bowls. I don't stir that into Oren's because he can't chew on the spinach yet. But the spinach will wilt and go all nice and soft if you just stir it into your meal. And yeah, Oren loves it, and it's such a great thing to freeze, and it's so healthy and warming and also filling, and super easy. Really, really easy meal, and it's a batch cook style meal, so you can add loads into your freezer when you're finished. Okay, the next thing I made this week is the one pot rice and lemon chicken. So we go between rice and lemon chicken or rice and sriracha chicken. This week we went for lemon. I'll make the sriracha chicken because that's a bit of a different process in my next meals of the week. But the first thing you do is brown your chicken breasts. I have to say I used chicken breasts today. That's because that's what we had in the freezer. I would normally use diced chicken or chicken thighs. So I think it works better with chicken thighs, if I'm being completely honest. The chicken breasts went a bit tough, but whatever. Anyway, I browned the chicken breasts in the butter. Add some garlic in there. You can never have too much garlic, can you really? I add some Italian style herbs. Literally just like go into your cupboard and look for like any herbs. This will go with anything, honestly. So rosemary. Rosemary is actually my favourite herb. I blooming love it. And yeah, I'm rocking, sorry. Also, I added loads and loads of smoked paprika because I like it really smoky. That's optional, but yeah, it's absolutely delicious. So I added tons of that. Once they're browned, you don't have to cook them through, but once they're nice and browned, I take them out, and this is where I start adding in the rice. And then add in some vegetable stock, about half a pint. Once that's added, stir it all together, and then I add the chicken back in. Season it with a bit of salt. This is not baby friendly, by the way. It's just for Lawrence and I. And add all the lemon juice, and then I pretty much cover it and wait half an hour. Come back to it, and oh my goodness, it's so blooming good. The rice steams so well, and it's like all browned and delicious. I have to add peas to this, so I only add peas in the last like couple of minutes of making the dish, because peas, or petit pois, they cook so quickly. So literally you can see they're frozen here. You stir them in the rice and they're almost cooked instantly. And yeah, this is an absolute delicious dinner, really quick, easy. You can add kidney beans as well. I often do that just for a bit more protein. And yeah, it's just a delicious dinner. And again, you can make it, leave it. This is our quick chicken lunch wrap. So this is with some leftover chicken we had. We often actually make this with tofu pieces, because we always have tofu in the freezer. So I'm dicing up this chicken breast. Yeah, I do use a knife and fork because I just can't touch raw chicken. Dice up the chicken breast, throw it in a bowl with a bit of olive oil, and these seasonings that I find in Aldi are absolutely fantastic. So I'm using this chicken seasoning. It's basically just like a smoky, barbecue-y style flavour. Get that all mixed in, add some more smoked paprika. Then get frying. I did also add garlic granules and things like that. But fry them with a little bit of olive oil. Just cook them through basically, nice and slow. While they're frying, I start assembling the wraps. So in the wraps, I just spread like mushy avocado, just at the bottom. It's like, that's the kind of like sauce. When it's mushy, it's really nice, so it doesn't go dry. Just also, I've been making egg muffins. These are coming up in my baby meals of the week. These are great also for adults if you want a high protein, delicious breakfast. Yeah, the chicken's cooked, so I add it to the wraps, and then I'm just going to add a little bit of cheese. And sometimes I add onion. It just really depends what's there and how quick, we've got. And I also add spinach, because we're going to wrap this up and then just lightly toast it in a dry frying pan. Lawrence has sriracha sauce on everything, so I added sriracha in his. And yeah, we just lightly toast them so they seal and the spinach wilts and the cheese melts a little bit, and they're delicious. Another lunch friendly or dinner, we normally just have this for lunch or dinner, is broccoli and tuna pasta. This is also baby friendly with a little bit of alteration. So I pour enough pasta in there for Lawrence, me and Oren. Lawrence won't have tuna in his, he'll have something else, but I'm making Oren and I our pasta. So cut up some spring onion. I will dice his, make sure it's like really small pieces. He has about a third of a spring onion and I'll have like one and a bit. Pour my tuna in a bowl with the spring onion, save his to the side. Chop up some broccoli, mine I can put in chunks, throw it in there. Then I take out the pasta with a straining spoon and I take out my portion because I will cook Oren's for a lot longer, so it's a lot mushier. Mix it all together. The warm pasta just softens the broccoli just enough, so it's absolutely delicious. So it's still got a lovely crunch, but it's softened just enough. Stir it together. I actually had this for lunch today and I saved half for my lunch the next day, just easy. Just kept it in the fridge. Then I add mayo and sriracha sauce and some pepper to it, and yeah, it's just blooming delicious. Honestly, sriracha sauce and tuna is such a good combo. But you can add loads of this. You can add sweet corn, peas, anything you want. Next day we were having leftover toasted wraps for dinner. So we had 2 wraps each. I'm just showing you making one. Yes, I did eat that pickle. I feel like once you start, you can't stop when you're eating pickles out the jar. So good. These pickles are from Aldi and they're pre-sliced. So good. Lawrence is having leftover roast beef in his wraps, and I'm having leftover tuna and avocado that I'd mixed together for Oren. Obviously, that had no mayonnaise in before, so I'm adding my own mayo, add my own sriracha sauce. In Lawrence's, just some sliced beef, and then I add some pickle and some cheese. And yeah, it's just really easy. This is like changes every week, so I can keep making wraps and just showing you. I add mine in, and I add raw onion to mine just to give it a bit of crunch, otherwise it'll be really soggy. And then I add some Edam cheese, I think it was, slices, I think. It's a very nice mild cheese. Put them together, and then I dry fry them again, toast them, should I say, like dry toast them. Yes, these pickles are so blooming good. And we have 2 wraps each, and then I had a big side salad. So I didn't actually film that, but I just put rocket, lemon juice, a little bit of honey, lots of pepper, and then I chopped up some leftover olives we had in the fridge, put that in the rocket, and we just had that on the side with some tomatoes. And hey presto, that was such an easy quick dinner, and it's just a great way of using leftovers. These wraps are fantastic. They're from Aldi. They're absolutely blooming delicious, the seeded ones. And yeah, guys, those are some of our meals for the week. I hope you got some inspiration. I'll be filming this a lot more as the year goes on. So if you want particular meals being shown, just let me know in the comments down below. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're all having a really great start to the new year, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye.